Hi, during the next week you're going to be taking a look at part of the Iowa core curriculum, and to help you to navigate that, I wanted to take just a few minutes to show you the website and hopefully save you some time as you're looking for the section that we're going to focus on this week. So I'm going to move to the website. This is the Iowa core curriculum website, and there is a link in our course webpage that takes you directly to this. When you come to this home page, there's an overview of the Iowa core curriculum. Over on the left, you'll notice that the various areas of the core curriculum are listed: literacy, mathematics, science, social studies, and 21st century skills. For our purposes this week, we're going to focus on one core area, and we're going to drill down into very specific parts of it, knowing that as a teacher librarian, you're going to do the same thing for the whole Iowa core curriculum as you plan instruction with classes. So if I click on social studies on the left, a submenu opens up that gives me the various areas of social studies: behavioral sciences, economics, geography, history, and political science and civic literacy. We're going to go to geography this week, and a red text prompt opens up that says select a grade span from the drop-down located on the left side of this page. So I have to scroll down just a bit, and where it says select grade span, I have to use the drop-down menu. Let's start with K2, and then it opens up the essential concepts and skills for grades K through 2. Notice that there are pluses, though, next to these. To see all of the points that are listed underneath, I can click on View All, and it opens up all of the sub-areas of the text. So here are the essential concepts and/or skills for grades K through 2. What I wanted to point out to you is that in each of the grade level areas, somewhere in the geography essential concepts and skills, you're going to see a chart that looks somewhat like this. It's going to say Quadrant A, Quadrant B, Quadrant C, and Quadrant D. This comes from the Rigor, Relevance, Relationships initiative that the state of Iowa has adopted for school reform. It's one of, well, there are more initiatives, but this happens to be one of them that shows up in the core curriculum documents. So if you've never seen one of these documents before, here's what you're looking at. The goal of instruction should be to make some of our content, much of our content, hopefully, highly rigorous and highly relevant for students. And so these quadrant charts, this one gives you an example of how various activities under this essential concept and skill could be taught, showing various levels of rigor and relevance. So quadrant A, down here on the bottom left, this is the square where an activity that is low in relevance and rigor would appear. So the example they give here is students learn the concept of scale and maps by drawing maps of their classroom and school. Quadrant C, which is right above it, is going to be high rigor. This would be a rigorous activity, but it would score low in terms of relevance. So students study their hometown using different sources of geographic information, such as census data, newspapers, and pictures. So low rigor, low relevance; high rigor, low relevance. Then we go down to quadrant B on the right. This would be an activity that scores low in terms of rigor, but high in terms of relevance. So students each choose a place in the community they enjoy visiting and have their picture taken there. Provide disposable cameras for children who do not have a camera at home. When the students bring their photos to school, they place them on an enlarged map of the community in the spot where they were taken. So again, this would be low rigor but high relevance. And then quadrant D is the area that we aspire to in at least some of our activities. Could every activity all year long be quadrant D? No. Or when trying to make something highly relevant and rigorous at the same time is not appropriate. Students need information before they can do something with that, right? So quadrant D is the goal for part of our instruction, but there are times when quadrant A is perfectly appropriate. So going back, quadrant D then would be an activity that scores high in terms of rigor and relevance. Students study their hometown using different sources of geographic information, such as census data, newspapers, and pictures. Categorizing information such as population data, physical features, attractions, and recreation sources, the class makes travel brochures for their community incorporating the information. So this would score high on both rigor and relevance. So I just wanted to show you that in case you've never come across rigor and relevance before in your own professional development, that's what you're looking at when you see those charts in the core curriculum. This was just the section for grades K through 2. To move on to the next grade levels, I use the drop-down menu on the left. The next span is grades 3 through 5. Again, it brings up the essential concepts and/or skills. And if I click on View All, it shows me all of the text, including another one of these rigor and relevance sample activities charts. And then I do the same for grades 6 through 8 and for grades 9 through 12. So this week I'd like for you to take a look at the geography section, specifically, social studies, I mean, with geography, and then all of the grade levels within that section. And as you read through the essential concepts and/or skills and take a look at the sample rigor relevance activity charts, think about how, as a teacher librarian, we can connect to the Iowa Core as we plan collaboratively with teachers. So that's what you're looking at this week. I will see you on the bulletin board, and shoot me an email if you have any questions. Thank you.